As being a 3D artist, we all have a superpower. And what is that superpower? Passive income. But how can we use that superpower to our advantage? Well, that's the reason I got my good friend again over here, Mr. Talha. How are you doing, Talha?
Hey, I'm doing great. How about you?
Pretty good, bro. Pretty good. So, according to some sources, or as we say in our Desi language, सूत्रों के अनुसार, we came to know you have that superpower. So, could you explain the audience? What is your superpower?
It's basically passive income that I like. I'm at that point where I can comfortably say I can like survive on my passive income only right now. If I leave everything else, my passive income is like enough for me right now.
Gotcha, bro. Gotcha. So, bro, like, how do you make your passive income? That is like the main question that everyone wants to know.
Yeah. As you know, I'm a 3D artist. Like, a lot other artists are like. Basically, what I'm trying to say is mostly 3D artists do like they sell their services and like they handle clients. What my approach was like, I had like really bad experiences in start like with clients, so I thought why not I first like build my career something like this where I don't need to like handle clients that much. If I'm not handling client, I'm still getting money from somewhere. So I knew some sources like where I can sell my assets, and like basically I was really good in making 3D models back at the day. Like I started as a 3D modeler, so my foundations were like in 3D modeling were really strong. So what I did, I started making models and I found a site. Basically, at the time, it was one of the best, like if not the best. And so I started uploading the models, and I get like really good response really quickly, like there. So I thought, okay, this is a good option for me, and I like slowly posted my models and started building my catalog. And now it's like I can comfortably say I have like a really large collection of models, and they are like giving me nice income from there. Like I'm getting like good money from there.
I mean, that's pretty amazing. And the way that you put it, I mean, it sounds really, enticing to a lot of 3D artists. But yet again, as selling 3D models is like a skill that only a couple of people can have. Let's say for people like me who are experts in animation and like product rendering, what can they do?
I mean, for you, like a product animator or like animation artist in general, what you can do right now, I can't say from like a solid experience, but I know like some people, like they basically have like they build their instas and like they build their audience. Then they like did something like subscription plan, like maybe it's a Patreon or something, where they started giving like some perks, like some their projects insights, or like their deep like knowledge of their work, how they're achieving certain skills, and basically they started sharing some of their project files. So at people basically a lot of people are interested what you are doing. They wanted to see how you build your project, and they are trying to achieve their same level as you might be are on right now. So what they can benefit from like really good. So they can use your project files, and they can see how you built your project, and that can help them a lot. So they're gonna like there are like certain artists that are like doing really great from this like way, and like it's a good way. But there are some other ways, like you can if you have a really good audience base, you can sell your prints or maybe like artwork on certain sites, and maybe you can launch your merch or something. That's also option. Like there are a couple of other options too, but these are some of like very known options.
Hashtag Patreon coming really soon.
Hey, yeah, I know that.
Okay, so I mean, bro, let's say if there's a guy who's really good at like 3D modeling stuff, and I mostly focus on products, so we're gonna be keeping it towards products. So let's say there's a guy, he's really good at like 3D modeling, and he wants to make passive income besides his freelance career. What should he do, and what should he look out for?
Okay, let's say I'm building a scenario where you are a, let's say, freelancer, and you are getting projects from like your audience based clients, or maybe you are freelancing on a certain platform and you're getting your clients from there. What you can do, like, first of all, you have to consider your contract with your clients. If you're what your clients allowing you to do with that project material after you've done with them. So you have the file, you have the models. Let's say if your client is okay with you like using those assets that you build for them for your own personal use. I mean, what you can do, you can sell them on like these sites, not with their branding. Obviously you have to change a lot of things on them, but it will not gonna be that much of an effort as you started building from scratch. But you can like repurpose them and sell them somewhere on these platforms, like those 3D models, or maybe whole project as a project file. Or maybe you can like and you basically build a lot of custom materials, and you can pack them into a single pack and sell those as a like material packs or something. You can like take advantage of every single thing that you've made. But as I said before, like keep in the mind like what type of contract you have with your client. If your client is not allowing you to like reuse those models, like it's strictly for them, okay, don't touch them, because you're gonna get in a lot of trouble if that like gets out of hand. So I mean, you can use, or if you like making, like if you are happy with doing certain like model, like I am like really into cars, and in my free time I'm making cars. I can sell those on like certain platforms. I'm like right now selling on like TurboSquid. I've not uploaded like quite a few car models, but car model is not that easy to like model. It takes a lot more time than, let's say, another category or another type of model. So what you can do, like
let's say if
Carry
you
on.
had to model this controller, so how long would it take you?
For this, like maybe 4-5 hours.
For 5 hours. And if
Yeah,
you compare
it's gonna be
that to
finished
a
in
car,
one day. If you are only talking about exterior, it will gonna take you like maybe 20 to 30 hours, depending on your skill level. If you are like good with your craft, 20 to 30 hours, and dividing on to like 4 hours per day, it's gonna take you roughly around like 1 week to 10 days. But if you are like involved in other projects and you can't like give that modeling like that much time, you are basically giving half an hour half an hour or maybe an hour. So it's gonna take you like roughly a month or maybe even more.
I get it, bro. I totally get it. So let's say if our guy over here, he made his first model and he wants to upload it for passive income, where should he go, especially in like 2024?
If you are talking about 3D, I mean, I won't recommend it right now, because there is a lot of competition and market is changing like very drastically, because there is like AI on the horizon that's like scaring everyone right now, and there are like a lot of factors involving in it. Basically, I'm selling on TurboSquid. That's like one of the best platforms to sell, but right now I'm also a little bit like afraid, because they are changing a lot of stuff like left and right, and a lot of these changes are not good for the sellers. Like it's benefiting the company but not the individual sellers. So yeah, I mean, that's an option. You can sell it on like ArtStation. If you can build your audience there, because you cannot like generate outside audience. You cannot get outside audience like organically there. You have to promote your stuff outside and do a lot of other things. On TurboSquid, like these dedicated 3D selling platforms like TurboSquid, CG Trader, and there are like 2-3 others. They generate basically organic audience. You don't have to like promote your stuff or anything else. You basically upload there, add a description or something, tags, all of those things. Just relative, all of those things relative to your model, and they're gonna generate basically get organic traffic because of the site, because people are coming to the site just because of those 3D models. On ArtStation, it's a lot. It's an ecosystem, not just because of for 3D artists, but like painters, animators, or like VFX artists, matte painters, and any kind of like uh, category related to like graphic designing. So getting a like very specific niche is and being successful there is quite difficult. You have to like promote your stuff on your own.
I get it. So, what are your thoughts about Gumroad? I mean, I've heard like Gumroad is like a really good place to sell your digital assets.
It's somewhat same in it was somewhat similar to like ArtStation, because Gumroad also doesn't have its like it also has its traffic, but it's not strictly, let's say, 3D for, let's say, graphic designing, because there are like a lot of other categories too, because there are programmers selling their like programming scripts or like codes and a lot of other things. So getting like organic audience for your specific niche is really hard. You have to obviously, like every other artist I see selling on Gumroad, has an audience that he uses like his referral links to his products and send his traffic there.
So, what do you basically mean to say is if you're an artist who's willing to utilize passive income, he should have like a strong social presence, right?
Exactly. In these days, you really have to have a strong social presence and a good audience base.
And that brings me to the next plug. So, guys, we're also going to be doing another podcast with Osama over here because he knows how you can brand yourself as an artist. And I'm also going to be sharing my insights in that as well. So, do subscribe for that one. And moving on to the next question, Mr. Talha. Now, let's say our Jimmy boy over here, he made his model, he uploaded it on ArtStation. What should he do next?
I mean, a lot of things. There are like a lot of things he can do. Like, if first of all, if you are an artist, you should have a Instagram and a YouTube channel. It's a must in these days. What you can do right now, I've seen like quite a few people do that. Basically, what they do, they create really basic animation, like 360-degree animation of their model. They post like 10 to 15 second animation on as a reel on, let's say, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and link their model under the description and on those like reels. And like they are basically attracting those audience on the reels to their like platform where they are selling. It's really good like opportunity to like find your clients or audience there too. It's not just for your like passive income or like if you are selling assets. You can find really potential clients also there.
Oh, exactly. I mean, bro, this is like one of the reasons that as being an artist for the past 3 months, I have been focusing on my YouTube a lot because I've seen the potential. Because, I mean, not a single person in our category has been doing live stream tutorials. And we're the only ones who are doing it right now. So, yeah, that's like the early advantage that we have. So, guys, you can take notes from my side and Talha's sides and study on YouTube as well. And do share the work that you guys make. We would love to see it. And also, bro, coming to the next thing, communities. How strong of a community should you be in to sell your 3D models for passive income?
You don't have to be a part of like any certain community, but you should be involved in communities and like make your presence known there, because getting recognition is like a good aspect of this like field. But I won't say like if you are not part of any community but you have a social presence, that's enough for selling. Because when you are selling social assets, you just need audience that is willing to purchase your like assets or like your work.
Okay, that's really interesting, bro.
This I'm basically saying this from my own experience, because for the longest part I was not part of any like major community, and I got like really good like sales in my asset department.
I get it, bro. I get it. So, as being an artist who basically started with passive income, what was your journey like?
I mean, for me, I didn't face any like hiccups or like major stops or something like where I have to struggle for like sales or something. For me, it was relatively easy. So I cannot say like you can get these like problems in or these issues. So I mean, I can't speak for that because I didn't face like any major issue.
So we could probably say you were lucky.
Yeah, I was lucky. I was quite lucky.
Okay, gotcha, bro, gotcha. So, like, if you had to start all over again in 2024, what would be your game plan?
Okay, I mean, for now, I have like a really strong plan. Like, let's say I'm starting right now and I have an experience of someone that's like doing before. Like, me is someone, and I'm also someone else who's starting. Like, you've been selling, let's say, from 2015 or 16, and I'm starting right now. And you told me all of your experience. Now I can use the knowledge and drive a really strong plan. What I will do, I'll start a niche. I'll basically pick a niche that I can create models really quickly, and it has like a really good audience base, not just in 3D, overall in general. Let's say, I mean, I have selected cosmetics because cosmetics is like a really popular category in like in our day-to-day usage of the products, like in makeup or all of those other groceries and those stuff. Like, you can create those like bottles and like those containers basically for the cosmetics, and you can sell these as a branded. You basically apply those labels of those companies, and also generic type of containers. Basically, don't apply labels or just apply a simple materials and sell those, and build a really good catalog, because you can build a good catalog really fast in this category. Basically, it's all about pick a niche that's like popular in general consumer, in mass consumer. So what this will gonna do, because if there is a good audience in like regular people, there are a lot of sellers for that real products too, and those real sellers will gonna need like advertisement, and some of those advertisers like really need these assets for like their animation and that stuff. So it's basically a step-by-step process to reaching a certain point where your assets are required. So find like research in the market and find a really good category.
I get it, bro. I get it. So, I mean, that was pretty interesting, but I got a controversial question for you. I mean, as an artist, I know AI can never take over me and my creativity. And you also know that, right? But can photo scanning eliminate a 3D modeler?
No. I mean, photoscan can give you a model, but that's somewhat usable, but you have to like optimize it, like remesh it, and like process the textures and optimize those. There's like a lot of steps involved after the photo scanning that some people don't know, that never done like photo scanning themselves, because barebone photo scan model is like very heavy on your resources.
And why is the reason?
Because it's generating the real-time data from the images that you've been using, and there's like it's way too dense in poly count, and the textures will gonna be like really messy. The UV layout will gonna be like all over the place, and you cannot use that model like in a professional project.
I mean,
Yeah.
bro, isn't it the same like Quixel Megascans are doing? I mean, they do photo scan everything, but yet again they retopologize it, make a new mesh,
Exactly.
and then reproject it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so bro, we're at stage 4 now. Our little Jimmy over here, he's doing freelance clients. He uploaded his stuff on ArtStation. He's also making a strong social presence. His first model is also starting to make some sales. Now coming to the second thing. Let's say little Jimmy over here is tired of making 3D models and he starts photo scanning things and then retopologizing it and selling it. What are the legalities?
I mean, I haven't gotten that much into like photo scanning, but I think if you are doing like natural stuff, or like the things that are around you, or not the like IP of any other brand, you are like pretty solid. You're not gonna face any like problem. Go out like in the wild, scan stuff like trees, rocks, or those kind of stuff, and like you are pretty good to go. There is like a really good audience, like client base for this kind of stuff.
Okay, so let's say, bro, little Jimmy over here wants to scan a PS4 controller. So if he takes that 3D model and tries to sell it out, will Sony come after him?
No, if he's selling like editorial on license, if he's selling like it's his own product, yeah, definitely he'll gonna be in like real trouble. That's why there are like two type of licenses in like digital world.
Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, there are two. Basically, one's for those that are not any like copyrighted material of any brand or like any individual or any type of entity. So that license is like what it was called. There's like editorial and extended user license. That's like extended user license where let's say you've bought the model of something that's like I made and it's not copyrighted of any other entity. So you're gonna get an extended license, and that means you can use it anyhow you want. You can include in your project and sell it as a whole project. But you cannot sell it individually. Obviously, you cannot resell it individually. But you can let's say you can include in your client project, and basically you are charging from that client for your project. You can include that cost in that project also, but you'll not have to like ask the permission of any third party entity. But let's say in that case it's a PS4 controller, it's a Sony's entity, so copyrighted material. So this will gonna be in editorial user license. So what this implies is that when you bought this model from me, I've only sold you the asset that I've modeled, not its rights, because I don't have its rights. When you are like using it for commercial purposes, and like basically let's say you are you're gonna use in like a good big commercial or something, you'll have to ask the permission from Sony. Can I use this in your it's basically you have to consider the owner of the IP, or like who has the patent rights.
I mean, bro, once you and me were having a conversation and you told me about the Lamborghini thing. What actually happened on TurboSquid?
It's something, it's not just TurboSquid, basically all the major platforms that selling 3D models. Basically Lamborghini, all of the projects are like allowed to sell, but sometimes it happens when a company sees that okay, this also a niche where our IP material is sold and it's generating like quite a good revenue over there overall, not individual artists but as a whole category. So that company will gonna say like, okay, this is my material, and other people are getting like doing business over this. So they're gonna say like, okay, this is my material, I'll need a cut for my like patent or like my copyrighted material.
Otherwise,
so,
just take it down.
Yeah. So on TurboSquid, I basically was really into like Lamborghini cars. I was like uploaded like 4 to 5 models there. So what happened? One day, TurboSquid received a DMCA from like Lamborghini, and they were basically trying to say that we need some kind of like cut from your sales. All of those sales you are like getting from a Lamborghini model on TurboSquid. Basically they contacted the stuff. I don't know the insides, but it was something like this. So they were basically asking a little more than TurboSquid was able to give them, because let's say if let's say $100 model is sold and Lamborghini said like, give me $50.
That's unreasonable.
Half of, yeah, what will gonna the artist will gonna get, and how
He's
much will
probably
gonna
get
like
$10 then.
yeah, and how much will gonna like TurboSquid will gonna get its commission, like there's a percentage. So it will not gonna justify the effort that artist has put into like making the model.
So, how did you recuperate with that? Like, I mean, this is like a massive downfall for someone who's just relying on 3D modeling. So, if someone in this situation gets stuck, what should he do? What would you advise as being someone senior?
I mean, not every other platform got those like strikes, or like, let's say, Lamborghini approach. Every other platform, there are still some platforms that it's not like really major platform, but they have like all of those artists that cannot that cannot sell their models on like these TurboSquid or like these big platform. All of those artists put those models they cannot sell on these sites, and they shifted on some minor sites. Now all of those sites, majority of those models are these like Lamborghini or something like this. So you can sell on other platforms too. It's like not end of the world. You can sell it on Gumroad, ArtStation, or somewhere. Like I have uploaded my Lamborghini cars on like ArtStation. So just for like experiment, how much potential is there too.
I get it, bro. And bro, since we're talking about like making 3D models for passive income, and just to gain an audience, I remember you once told me you also made some free 3D models, right? How good of a strategy is that?
I mean, it is a double-edged sword, to be honest. It's a double-edged sword.
Elaborate on that.
It can give you, let's say you've uploaded one or two like good quality models for free. A lot of people will gonna come and like purchase those, download those models, and they're gonna tell their friend that this guy has like this model for free, and or maybe they're gonna tell their colleagues or like other people, and some of those people need something that you have for like that has a price tag, and it's a good quality asset. So that guy will gonna see, okay, he has something that I need, so he'll gonna probably give you the money for like that file you made. And because it's basically building a trust between you and your like audience. But
Right.
when you have like way too much free models, people will gonna expect from you like your next model will be free.
I do get
They'll
that,
only gonna
but-
come for you for like free.
I do get that, bro, but I'm more so curious. Like, why did you say it's a double-edged sword? So, did something happen to you?
Yeah, there's an incident, but it's not a major incident, but it happens to a lot of people. Basically, it's something of a piracy thing. What happened, I have a model for free uploaded. It's basically a car model that I didn't finish. It's almost, let's say 90% finished, but there are some things missing. So I said, okay, I was not like really motivated to finish that model. I said, okay, let's just give people this model for free. And after a while I thought, let me check, because it was like getting downloaded like really fast. Like it's the most downloaded model I have, like around 20,000 downloads it's have right now. So I said, let's see, is there any guy who's trying to resell it? And I found a couple of sites where it was listed, and those people like really didn't put any effort. They basically downloaded the model, they downloaded the renders I uploaded for the model, and uploaded as it is. I mean, that happens.
So,
That happens.
how can a guy or a girl avoid that?
I mean, you cannot avoid that. You cannot avoid that. You can just like notify the authorities of that platform and hope they'll gonna like take it down.
Or just pray to God?
Yeah. I mean, praying to God is not enough. You have to take a step. yourself.
Obviously, I know, bro. I was just messing. But anyways, bro, since we are at like the 30-minute mark right now, I think we should end this podcast. Would you care to add like some extra word? Would you like to add some like closing words if you have any for anyone who is willing to start a passive income?
Yeah, I mean, I can say if you are trying to like start a passive income, just research the market like properly and don't try to waste your time like uploading random stuff. You're gonna get a sale or two, but it'll not gonna give you something that'll gonna motivate you to keep doing it. if you wanna upload something and sell something and get something in passive income, just do a proper market research and know how to promote your models these days, because there's a lot of competition right now.
Exactly. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think we are going to be closing this podcast over here. Talha, thank you very, very much for coming on such short notice. I literally just messaged this guy. I was like, dude, I want to record a podcast today. He was like, I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Anything for you, brother.
Love you too, bro. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the time where we're going to be signing off. But hey, we have like a couple of more podcasts like planned out for you guys, which are gonna be like business related as well as like passive income and even direct income related as well. So do hit the subscribe button so you guys get notified. And if you want to follow Talha, would you do the honors? Where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is T_Haseb_CGI, and they can find me on YouTube by Sky Mirror.
Exactly, and I'll put the links in the description as well. So yeah guys, I think that's about it, and we're gonna be seeing you guys in the next one. God bless you all and your families. See you later. Bye bye.